Well, I have a little bit to share and a little bit of a why and what now. So I am up just a little more in my weight. A small recap. Friday, when I had done my last live stream for last week, I was at 217.1. Beautiful number. I was so extremely excited. And then yesterday, when I done my live stream, I was up to 220.5. And I had shared with you all how that Sunday I had overate. Well, now yesterday I done a little better. I finished up the chocolate cashews just so that they'd be gone. So I don't have to contend with that. But I did do a little better. I did. And but obviously it wasn't better enough. So this morning I weighed in at 221.1. So that makes a total of 4 pounds from Friday. But um, I'm not overly concerned about it, and I'll tell you why. Um, it's that um, it's that time of month, and I'm going to be honest with you. I am in perimenopause, so my cycles aren't like they used to be. They're not normal anymore. And since I had started learning a little bit more about how I needed to eat, I hadn't really had a cycle. So more or less I was kind of floating through, and I didn't even take into consideration about how I would be needing food or what kind of food or how much or anything like that. My bigger concerns was my refeeding during normal function, you know. So the reason why that I ended up eating, man, they're already at it. Aggravating things. Don't know why they think I'm something to eat. Natural response with plants. Anyway, the reason why I ended up eating the way I did Sunday, and like I'd said, I felt triggered by the foods that I'd had, and I just kept going back, looking over and over and over again for something else. But the reason why I was doing it was because I was in preparation, and I didn't even know it. Yesterday I'd said that I felt lethargic. And the reason why I was lethargic was because my body was kicking in. It was going into that cycle. And I didn't even realize it at the time that I'd done the live stream. And so that it really honestly explains why I ate the way I did Sunday, why that I found it hard to get the foods that I needed, and me feeling the way I was yesterday. And yes, in part it had everything to do with how I ate Sunday, but at the same time, um, it explains um, just all in all. I don't know if I would have done any better Sunday, considering, but unfortunately, now I am in that area, and it's not unusual for somebody to gain around 5 pounds for that. So I have lost weight before during my cycle. And so all I'm going to have to do is um, basically like what I've already been putting into perspective, into action of eating when hungry, stopping when I'm satisfied, what my body is calling for. But I'm hoping to be able to have smaller portions. If I could get myself to eat smaller portions that way, that allows room for if I have to have more. Like instead of being settled with 2 meals, maybe if I would end up having to eat 3 meals, if I have smaller portion, that makes room for a third meal. But hopefully I won't actually run into that. And this really definitely is the first time that I have done this right during this time. So this is a completely different adjustment for me to um, just make sure that I don't overdo it, to make sure that I am in balance. And I think as long as I stay in balance, then I shouldn't have a problem with this. And I'm hoping. It did kind of catch me a little bit off guard, unfortunately. It caught me just a little off guard. Caught me off guard enough for me to gain the weight back. And so I'm not happy about that, but at least I do understand why is what and what is the why. The answer to the why. So it is going to be my main focus now to well, my main focus is in the Lord always, but I'm I'm going to be doing my best to pay close attention to what I need to be doing so that I will have success during this week. Um, Needless to say, I don't know if I'm going to be mowing the grass on the 4th, which is going to suck because that means that this backyard is going to have a 3 week growth, which is going to be extra tough. We've got hazy skies today. We may end up with storms. Some of the clouds look just a little darker than others, so we may end up with some storm. It'd be good. almost has that kind of atmosphere to it. Almost. I would love to get into a good storm, hear some good thunder, and maybe even see some lightning. I don't hardly ever get to see the lightning. I hear the thunder, but I hardly ever get to see the lightning. And I think the lightning is just as beautiful as the sound of the thunder. I'm a storm enthusiast. As long as it doesn't cause damage to people's property, I love a good storm. So here I am. I do have a little bit of water retention, and so that explains the weight gain also. Like my ankles are a little swelled, so that's that. I tell you what, it is a very good thing that I do not drink soda anymore, or I would truly be regretting this. But if I end this live stream now, I will have to say that this will be like the shortest live stream that I've ever thrown. I really don't have anything to say that though, other than just the fact that now I understand why that I ate the way I did and the reason why that I've gained, and the simple fact that this is where I'm really going to have to pay just a little closer attention to what I'm doing in my diet to make sure that I don't gain any more and possibly lose that back off. But I'm not going to be discouraged. This is all part of life, the normacy, and there is going to be ups and downs in my journey, unfortunately. I don't want the ups, but they're going to come. And you can kind of look at it in reverse ways. Yeah, I would like to have the ups, the happiness for losing, and I don't want the downs, which would be the sorrows of gaining. So, either way, but there is going to be ups and downs, and perfect practice makes perfect. And I am going to have a perfect diet. I am going to eat uh, in much better ways as I continue practice it. I'll continue doing better to the point that it's a natural. So anyway, that's all I've got for you all. I don't have any gab or anything. I'm sorry. Um, but I'll be with you tomorrow with another live stream, and I will be letting you know how I did for today and my weight tomorrow and everything. And hopefully I'll have even more to share with you. I hope. So anyway, thank you, all of you who watches this on the replay, because it doesn't look like I've gotten any traffic for this, but I hadn't been online long enough anyway. But thank you, any of yous watching this on the replay, thank you very much. And you understand just as much as I do the reason why that I ate the way I did Sunday, the reason why I've gained, and everything is going to be just fine. I've just got to adjust accordingly. All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. A very short live stream, but right straight to the point. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I really do. I honestly do. I thank you very much. You all have a wonderful rest of your day.